Well, just how much will the new claims about his private life damage Brand Rooney? Let's have a look at Wayne's worth. We're taking the stats from the Sunday Times Rich List. Rooney scores very well. Taking into account his off-field earnings and his properties, his fortune is estimated to total £33 million. He earns £100,000 a week. That's around £5.2 million each year. He gets £7.3 million for the use of his image. That's image rights, as they call it. Deals with the likes of Nike, EA Sports and Coca-Cola bring in another £2 million. He's also got a deal with HarperCollins for 5 books, and that deal is said to be worth some £2 million just on the publishing side of things. Well, Jonathan Gabay from brandforensics.co.uk is with us here in the studio. Good to see you, Jonathan.
Good to see you again.
We saw what happened to Tiger Woods just a few months ago.
Yeah, this is.
Could it happen to Wayne Rooney?
It's not a Tiger Woods. Shall I tell you why it's not a Tiger Woods?
Please do.
Because it's all about brand expectations. Brand expectations shape consumer perceptions. In Tiger Woods' case, yeah, this guy, previous to all the allegations, yeah, he actually was painted as a different type of an image than Mr. Rooney. In terms of Mr. Rooney, the allegations date back, if you go through all the allegations, to about 2004. It's a different type of a brand image. And so it's not that people would expect it. Heaven forbid that I would be saying that. But what I'm saying, it's a different type of an image. Brand expectations, as I say, they shape these perceptions.
So in Tiger Woods' case, the fact that he was a little bit older, an expert at his game and had cultivated this idea of the family man.
Absolutely.
And that was that. Whereas we were saying, what, young footballers at the height of their prowess, mid-20s in the Premiership,
we're
you're
getting
talking
to
a
that.
different kettle of fish.
I love the word cultivate, because that's what it's about. Because that was a different type of an image. The other thing that we've got to consider in terms of the Rooney brand is also Colleen, actually, from her point of view. What does this do to her brand? Now, at the moment, she's involved with brands such as Littlewoods and with Argos. And I think, actually, it's very sad, by the way, to say all this. I must tell you, I feel very sad to say this. But I think that she will get the sympathy vote. What should they both do at the moment, from a branding point of view?
Well, what should the brands do?
No, what should they do in terms of the brand? Say nothing. That's what they should do, because what the brands are doing is waiting and watching. It's very interesting that EA Sports, they said, and I quote, "This is a personal matter and we respect Wayne and his family's privacy." So what's happening is that they're waiting to see what happens.
And in fact, they do hang on, don't they? Nike chose to stick by Tiger Woods, didn't they?
Exactly.
Because he kind of is Nike Golf. I mean, it's synonymous, I suppose, with the brand.
Yeah.
They'll probably do the same, you would expect, with
We have to see what happens next in terms of how he is managed and how he manages himself and his people behind him are managing this issue. And it's all, but I think the most interesting thing is what's going to happen with Colleen's brand, because I think that this is potentially worth even more than his brand. We have to wait to see.
What?
I give you Cheryl Cole. I give you a different brand altogether. But we have to wait to see what happens. It's all about sympathy votes. At the moment, though, that said, I mean, he is associated with Nike, EA Sports, Coca-Cola, it goes on and on and on.
If you're right, that is an amazing opportunity out of the most hideous of circumstances.
As I said, it's very sad.
Yeah, let me bring in another voice here. Lizzie Cundy, who is the wife of former Chelsea and Tottenham player Jason Cundy, said footballers need to be more aware of their status as role models.
We're reading today is totally wrong, and they do have a responsibility, especially playing for England, Premiership club. They have a duty to have, be responsible. A lot of young boys, my boys, look up to them, and it isn't pretty reading today, but there'll be no one feeling more bad about this than Wayne Rooney today, and knowing he's made a huge mistake.
Let me just widen this, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Do you think, never mind Wayne Rooney and his particular predicament at the moment, what about football?
Yeah.
As a brand,
Yeah.
do other players get tarnished with the same reputation?
Yes, the brush does tarnish, a wider team, and it is inevitable. But what's interesting, what the lady just said there, is about heroes. And it is so, I feel I'm getting old, actually, because what we used to look up to as a hero, if you wish, or indeed a heroine, it's a different kind of perception of what we expect from our celebrities, from our heroes, from our heroines. And we've also got to take that into consideration, what people are expecting. It's not what they used to expect. Not that I approve of this, but that is the reality.
The hero has to be perfect, better than better.
No, that's because
Superman,
you and I are
isn't it?
old enough to remember the Superman.
They can't be flawed.
Well, but flaws actually create more interesting heroes from a novel point of view.
Jonathan, good to see you. Thank you very much indeed.